Thank you very, very much. Just a real just a shout out to all the folks here that part of the team at St. Francis, just to say thank you for all the good that you do in our community. And I say this as a father of two boys who grew up receiving their primary health care here at this hospital, so we're very grateful to the family too. I want to say to the Kohn family, to both Andy and Kelly, thank you for taking a real tragedy and transforming it into something of value, and something very good has come out of something that I know is a source of great sadness. And I just want to say that, Jack is sitting down here in the front row. It's 5 years old. I was talking with him earlier. Jack is a winning handsome guy. And very well behaved. Thank you very much for bringing your parents with you. I'm here today not just representing this one senator, but also on behalf of Senator Ted Goffman and a fellow who used to be a senator and now he's got some other job. Our vice president, just to say, I'm happy to be here with Michael, the dean of our delegation, and the House of Representatives, and with our county executive, Chris Kohn, and all of you, and with Debbie Hudson. It's always nice to be with Representative Debbie Hudson. I was on one of his television interview shows this morning, Fox Business, fairly early, and they were looking for conflict and trying to create something, even if there wasn't. As it turns out, with respect to healthcare reform, there's plenty of conflict, potential conflict. And I tried to get me into an argument about whether you should have a public plan or not. Should it be an employer mandate? Would it mandate employers who don't provide healthcare coverage to employees to pony up something and add it to the fund? They wanted to get into conflict on whether or not we should continue to fully exclude all of the employer-provided health benefits from taxation. And I said, we can spend some time talking about the things that we disagree on. And those are things that we do disagree on. There's some disagreement. I think we'll work those out. We need to, because we have very expensive health care in this country compared to the rest of the world. We don't always get the best outcomes despite our best intentions. But there's a whole lot that we agree on. And I reminded our viewers this morning about what I call the 80-20 rule. With respect to healthcare reform, we agree about maybe 80% of the stuff. And maybe we disagree on 20% of the stuff. And I said this morning, what we ought to do is focus it. So we try to move legislation through the Senate and through the House on the 80% on which we agree. Build the relationships, build confidence, and then turn to later toward the end, toward the 20% on which we maybe disagree. And I think we'll have more success resolving those issues if we take that particular approach. One of the things that there's great agreement on is that we should reward, we should incentivize, we should focus on best healthcare practices. We should focus on those things that for which there's scientific research, where there's clinical evidence that says this is what we ought to be doing. And there's no disagreement on a lot of that, a whole lot of that. And one of the areas in which there's no disagreement at all is the idea that we should be using cord blood to help save more lives. And we could do that if we had more hospitals like this hospital, and more doctors and more families who are aware of the great gift that can be provided to those who are very much in need. The great value of today's event is not just to celebrate the agreement, 18 how long did you work it out? 18 months with the attorney? I've never heard an attorney sort of shout it out and call up and applaud it. And an event like this is one to remember. And so good work there. Good work there. But the great thing about this is the idea to get the word out. That's what we need to do. We need to get the word out. Not just the folks in this room, not just the folks who do the great work that they do, not just the folks and that's why this foundation is all about. And I'm just happy to lend my voice to your efforts to make sure that a whole lot of good comes out of what was a great source of sorrow. And to say that we're happy to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and with our friends here at St. Francis going forward on this front, frankly, and a whole lot of others. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day and to do the good work that you do in coverage.
Congressman Mike Castle is an advocate for health care for everyone and recognized by many health organizations in the state. Recently, he's held a number of open forums in the Newcastle community. Just looking at health care in regards to what our system is today in terms of mobility, accessibility, but also what the proposed changes will be in Washington. So very happy to have Congressman Mike Gasso here, Congressman.